two sons, Myron and Billy. I'm trying to deal with your disease of drug addiction. I ask myself why. I know the 3 C's. I didn't cause it, and I can't control it, and I can't cure it. But I'll always feel I played a part in your need to use drugs. John Bradshaw wrote a piece called Homecoming where he talks about the child within us, and he says, if you don't get your needs met when you are a child, you have a hole in the cup of your soul, and the need to fill it with anything that makes you feel good. Therefore, many addictions start. Maybe you too didn't get your needs met because I was so busy still trying to get mine met. And I'm not looking for excuses on my part. I'm just trying to find answers. And if I do, maybe I still have some kind of a chance to help you know that there was nothing wrong with you 2 boys. It was my lack of growth. You were 2 perfect, beautiful babies. You were cute little boys. You were smart, well-behaved, talented, and lovable. I wouldn't have changed a hair on your head. Well, Billy, we might have done a little bit with yours. You were still adorable. I thought I had a happy childhood. I had lots of love from my grandparents and uncles and aunts, and I felt a lot of love from my mother and my brother. I was never beaten. I always had food to eat and a warm bed to sleep in. My best years were out in the country where I had and loved lots of animals. We were not rich, but we weren't really, really poor. The only thing lacking in my life was my dad. He was always in his fog of alcoholism, just like his father. I was a happy little kid. I had a pig to pet and a horse to ride. The only sadness I remember was sitting on the gate at sundown waiting for Daddy to come home, sober, or even just to come home. For some strange reason, at 72, I'm still feeling that longing somewhat. I saw a movie once called Tammy. I was so impressed by this character in one of the Tammy movies where she made some great sacrifice of her life for someone else. I think it was her grandfather. Anyway, when Dad went to jail for non-support and I saw him cry, I felt it was my fault. And I told myself that he wouldn't go back to jail because of me. And at 17, I married someone I hardly knew to keep my dad from going back to jail. I really felt I had to do this for my dad, someone like Tammy. This whole chapter was a dark time in my life, and I feel I stopped growing emotionally at this time. I was extremely thin-skinned. I divorced this person in a few months. In the 50s, it was still a stigma being divorced. I really felt like a marked woman, a high school dropout, and divorced at 17. So from then on, I've tried to make up for that. The marriage to your father was hard. I always felt I had to prove something. I know now that the horses were my tools to feel any sort of validation. I was always busy building stuff, painting, sewing, building furniture. Look at me. Please look at me. I could never get anything right in your father's eyes. I ached for attention, pats on the back, hugs, while not being aware of your needs. I am so sorry that I didn't hug you more, that I didn't spend more one-to-one time with you. I was so busy trying to fill my hole in the cup of my soul that I neglected yours. Not because I didn't love you, but because I was too into my pain. And I blinked, and you were grown. Maybe you don't see this, but you may want to look for that child within you. Both of you still have so much of that child. Maybe he needs for you to look at his real needs. I want you to be happy and healthy. Go find that child. I love you so much.